Hey everybody, it's me, Dr. Q, and what we're going to talk about today is how to take care of your pet properly after surgery. So whether this is a spay, a neuter, a dental, or something more serious, this is the things that I want you to keep in mind when you bring your pet home. First of all, they're probably going to be a little bit tender in the tummy, so you want to give them probably a partial meal. Definitely talk to your veterinarian about this, about what kind of food that they want your pet to have that night. So that's number one. Number two is make sure you look at the incision. I want you to look at it, see what it looks like, because you're going to be looking at it every day. So I know it's kind of icky and gross. Don't get freaked out. I want you to look at it up close, roll your pet over gently, take a close look at it because you're going to be checking on it every day. And if you see any changes in that incision that are concerning to you, pussy, drainage, redness, swelling, anything like that, you're going to want to give your vet a call right away and make sure you let them know. So that first night your pet might be again a little bit sleepy, so you want to keep them very quiet and comfortable. They need a lot of TLC that first night, and so you maybe want to play some soft music. Definitely keep them away from little children, other young dogs, or other animals that might be wanting to play with them. They're so excited that they're back home again after being gone in the hospital all day, but you don't want them to have too much activity at all. You want to keep it nice and quiet. And then the other thing you want to do is you really want to monitor what I call ins and outs, and that is how much they drink, which hopefully is not going to be too much. It should be a relatively small amount after the day of surgery. Again, think about having kind of a tender tummy. And then outs as far as urine and poop, whether it's a kitty cat or a doggy. So definitely for our dogs, we're going to want to take them outside on a leash. That might not be natural for you guys, but that's okay. You can do it for a few days. Take them on a leash so you can make sure, did they poop, did they not poop, was it normal? Those are all things that me as a veterinarian, I'm going to want to know. If you call me the next day with an update and you have any concerns about your pet, those are some of the first things that I'm going to ask you about, is those ins and outs. What do they eat, how much do they drink, and what do they urinate and also defecate. So same thing for our kitty cats. You want to check what's in the box. Don't let them go in the same box with the 5 other cats. You want to make sure that that first night they're separated so that you can actually see what's going on. So besides that, you want to follow your directions that you're going to have been given by your veterinarian, your go-home sheet, and give them any meds that are appropriate. And you might want to think about checking on them in the middle of the night just to make sure that they're doing okay, that they're breathing okay, that they're not breathing extra hard, bleeding excessively, having any concerns with that surgery site on that very first day home. Now, the next morning, you're going to start all over again. You're going to check that incision. You're going to take them out to go potty on a leash so that you're going to be able to tell me all about their ins and outs. Don't let them have too much food and water. Sometimes they feel great the next day and they have no idea they had surgery and they just want to eat everything and go back to normal. And that's the amazing thing about dogs, but don't let them do that. You want to keep everything nice and calm and mellow still, at least for the first 5 days, okay? Absolutely want to keep them separated from everybody, leash walk only, monitor that incision, give them their meds as appropriate, keep things calm. If they are going nuts because they're so excited and happy and playful and it's hard to keep them quiet, you might have to do some puzzle toys or fill a Kong or some other kind of thing to keep them occupied, because they're going to be going maybe a little stir crazy because they want to be with their pals and play rough, and you can't let them do that. But on the other hand, if it's a pet that is extremely lethargic and seems to be struggling and not feeling really great after surgery, those are the kinds of things that I am going to want to know. So let us know right away if the incision site opens up, if it's pussy, bleeding, if your pet seems to be having trouble standing, breathing too hard, again, breathing excessively. Check their gums, make sure their gums are a nice pink color like they're supposed to be. And the most important thing besides all of that is to make sure your pet is improving a little bit every single day. So every single day they should have a little bit more energy, a little more interest in food. But if you don't have if you do have any concerns about your pet and how they're doing, don't hesitate to let us know. And if you cannot get a hold of your veterinarian, by all means, bring them to an emergency hospital right away. Don't wait, because you don't know if it's an emergency or not, and your vet may not be open. Things can change from 5 o'clock in the evening until 9 o'clock at night. And if something dramatically changes with your pet and your gut feeling is telling you that something is not right, don't hesitate. It's never a bad idea to just load them up in the car and take them to an emergency hospital and have them checked out. And of course, call your regular vet in the morning and let them know. But most of the time, our pets do great after surgery. They're usually better at it than we are as far as recovering really quickly. So just don't let them lick. That's one of the most important things. Do not let them lick their incision at all. That's why you're going to be checking it every day. You're going to make sure they're not licking it. And you're going to use your e-collars. I don't really like the onesies that people are using a lot these days because they tend to hold every discharge in close to the incision. I like my incisions to get air, so I only like those onesies after it's been 3 or 4 days after surgery. Otherwise, use your Elizabethan collars or your donuts because it's super important that animals don't lick their incision. They can rip the whole surgery site apart in about 30 seconds, and I've seen it happen over and over again. People think, oh, my dog is so mellow, they're not going to do it. And then they do it. They're back at our doorstep the next day and have to pay to have the whole surgery redone, which is really a bummer for everybody, but especially for your pet. So if you have any concerns about anything that doesn't seem right, definitely call and let your vet know right away. But just mostly give your pet a lot of TLC. They had a big surgery. They need a lot of extra love and cuddles and soft music and protection from crazy things so they can just have some time to heal. On that note, I'm Dr. Q, here to help you have the most amazing relationship with all of the pets in your life, more than you ever thought possible. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in this video down below in the comments. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you right here next time. Thanks, everybody.